Hi, we have Kelli Dixon with us, the former Executive Vice President of Delta Kappa and a recent graduate of Capella University. Hi, Kelli.
Hi.
Okay, so it's called Delta Kappa, all in the mix. So we're going to get in your mix, Kelli.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, so first question I have for you. How far along in the program, which you already stated, it's already been stated that you're graduated, but how far along in your career are you?
So I did just graduate in December. So 22, December 21. And so I had two internships at private practices and they both offered me jobs. And I took the one that the owner and my supervisor is an MFT. The other one was a LCP. So I felt more aligned at the other place. And that's where I had most of couples. I actually never even saw any couples at the other one. So that's who I like. Those are my clients that I like is couples. So I took that one. I'm in Maryland, and in the state of Maryland, I can't see clients again until I pass the exam. So I am in this state of limbo where I'm waiting for the Maryland board, to approve my application and send me my code to register for the exam. So okay. I was off to a really great start on studying for that, and life happens and a little bit slower progress on that, but I guess I'm ready.
Okay. What are some of your academic or career goals?
So I guess it's complicated where my husband is in the military, so we move a lot. I will be moving summer of 2023, so probably not even here long enough to get fully licensed with my post-grad hours. Depending on like how things are going with like insurance and being able to still do telehealth, my current supervisor boss is willing to let me do like wherever we move, like still be doing long distance telehealth. So I'm gonna until I get established and licensed wherever I am. Good news is with the military, like as long as you're licensed in any state, you can work for the military without having to get licensed in that state. But that's not necessarily something I want to do. That's not my ideal employer. But so to say that what my goals are is like, I would just, with all the mess of not knowing things, that's just kind of how life is. Eventually I would like to have my own practice doing mostly couples. That's my bread and butter. That's what's exciting to me.
Okay. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Again, I try not to think that far in the future because I never know where we're going to be. We move like every 3 to 4 years. So don't know where I'll be in the world, but I hope to still be working since I have 3 kids and they're middle school, elementary school. I kind of like one of the appeals is doing this job and doing like a private practice is that I have really control of my schedule. And so for a while, I just want to be in a place where I have a very healthy work-life balance. During that whole year of internship, I was almost at like 30 hours a week, which was killing me. And so I want to maybe take it down to part-time. 5 years from now, like maybe I'll still be doing that. Maybe I'll be able to take on a little more, depending on where we are and where the kids are and in life. So really, I just kind of live where the wind takes me.
Okay. Do you have a favorite therapeutic model?
I really am loving EFT. It really speaks to me. And I feel like works well with couples, obviously. And then if I'm doing individual, I kind of do a little bit, I slide more of doing, not mixing, but my focus is usually more of solution focused.
Okay.
But I would like to do a lot more training in EFT. There's a lot that goes into it. And so I'm looking forward to passing the test, and then I can focus on more growth, I guess, if you want to call it that.
So you say you graduated in December, and of course, I'm in the home stretch as well. I'm in the year of internships, practicum, and so far it's been, I'm like, what advice can you give someone in my position right now to like keep it moving, keep going? It's gonna, you're gonna get there.
I always tried not to look too much of like how much further I had to go, and more like, oh, look at what I've already done. And that kind of kept me motivated, or I would just get overwhelmed with like, wow, I still have all this to do. And that last year just went by surprisingly really fast. Not when you're like in the trenches, but when you, after the time, you realize like, oh, I only have a few months left. And so that's one piece of advice, is to look at how far you've come, because that can definitely kind of hold you up. And then also what you're doing in internship, like I had the habit of saying, oh, like, okay, I'm letting my sessions go over a little too long. I'll change that. I'll make sure I change that when I'm a real therapist. But it's true. Like my fellow supervisor would always say, what you're doing as a intern, it's usually going to take, crossover to when you're licensed. So get on that right now. Make sure you're like ending on time and not doing too much. I started out saying like, I'm available always, because I don't have another job. So I was taking clients on weekends. And after about 3 months, I had to stop that, because I realized like, even though it's maybe a 50-minute session, that takes almost like 3 hours out of my day of like preparing, getting ready, actual session, so it is not just like, oh, I can do an hour on the weekend. So making sure you're setting yourself up for success right from the start.
Okay. Great advice. Okay. As everyone should know, Miss Kelli is the one who laid this foundation down for the YouTube channel. And I'm going to welcome you to the lightning round.
Okay. I'm excited.
Okay. Favorite cartoon as a child?
My Little Ponies, Care Bears, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay. Favorite color?
Green, of all shapes and sizes, shades and everything green.
Every color is green. Okay. Yeah. Favorite word or phrase to use?
I don't know if it's appropriate to say. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if I have a favorite. I just try to keep up with the kids and what they're saying these days. But I'm always behind on the times. We're gonna have to skip that. I don't know.
Okay. Talking on the phone or texting?
Oh, text. I avoid phone calls at all costs.
Okay. If you were an animal, what would you be?
I would be I have all these different animals going through my head. An otter. I would be an otter.
Okay. Otter. Huh.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because they're adorable, and my favorite part about them is like in the ocean when they are taking a nap or something, they lock arms with their partners so that they don't like lose each other, and then they wrap like kelp around their other arm to keep them in the same place. When they're just smart. They use tools to eat their food.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Random facts about otters, maybe you didn't need to know, but
Paper or plastic?
I usually try to use my own bags,
Okay.
reusable bags. We lived in Germany for 3 years, and that's pretty much your only option. So I'm pretty good at it now.
Okay. Favorite city you've been to?
Um, ooh, we lived near Seattle for a while, and I really love Seattle. But I also really love Paris, even though I went with the intentions of it being overrated, but it's not. It might smell like urine, but it's a pretty cool place.
Okay. Favorite day of the week?
Monday,
Monday?
yeah, it's like your day to do better than last week.
Okay.
Start refreshed for the week.
Okay. Day person or night owl?
Day, which is opposite of my husband. So I usually end up being a night person and a morning person. I guess overall that means I'm generally just lacking sleep at all times.
Okay. Okay. So would you rather binge watch or go to sleep?
Oh, that's hard. The reality is I'm usually binging
Okay.
because that's, finally my only time to myself plus husband. So even though I usually fall asleep and I know I should be going to sleep,
Okay.
but the irresponsible part of me is usually what wins.
Okay. Dogs or cats?
Cats.
Okay.
Dogs just need too much.
Which TV character do you relate to the most?
Over like all time and space here. I've never thought of that in just one usually it's like one show or one movie that I can think of. This is too broad. Let me think. I don't know. Sorry. I don't know. I'd have to think about it for a very long time.
Okay. Your favorite season?
Well, I like winter when I live somewhere with real snow. I like spring, but I probably fall is my favorite, okay, weather-wise. Mm-hmm. But again, it depends on where in the world I'm living.
Okay. Favorite superhero?
I've always there seems to be so many now. So I'm going to go classic and say that I always liked Batman because he, didn't have any special powers. He was just really rich and maybe smart to come up with all that technology. But my son is obsessed with Marvel. And so I know so much about so many superheroes that I don't even know what a favorite is anymore. Okay. Maybe, okay. Let's go with Black Widow.
Oh, okay.
She's complex.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What was your favorite game to play as a kid?
Favorite game? Mm-hmm. Like board game?
Any game.
Video game? Night game?
Yeah, you were playing as a kid.
I really like to play Risk.
Okay.
Yes, I guess that would be an older kid.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
Okay. Now, this is the subject. I just came up with this question because I was like, this always seems to be a debate.
Okay.
Sugar, grits, or not?
I don't think I've ever had
Okay.
either one. Yeah. Not something I've tried.
In the lightning round. If
Okay.
you could give advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Ooh, don't be such a people pleaser.
Okay. Okay.
Follow more of what you want to do and not what others expect of you to do.
Okay. See, that was all the questions. It wasn't that. I want to thank you for taking time out to do this interview. I really
no problem.
And thank you. Have big shoes to fill.
Well, I didn't do it for very long, so you have a lot of room to make it your own and grow.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Kelli. I appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.